All right, guys, it is Tuesday. Don't worry, my guest is in the green room. You know how we're doing this stuff here recently. For everyone who's joining us live tonight, I want to say thank you very much. I know it's a night packed with lives, and I'm very, very grateful of you. But if you're part of the replay squad, you guys are the true all-stars of my channel. I love each and every one of you. But before we get too far off track, let's get this thing going. You guys ready? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, TCT BNL, that's the sexy mug right here, is proud to bring to you our soon-to-be world-famous No Lag Zone. And tonight, we have a very unique guest. I think it's his first appearance in the No Lag Zone. I think I had him on that old TV show I used to run and canceled because it really wasn't that good. But, you know, we've got some burning questions tonight. Does he really have the smallest hands in the business? And how does he make oil with those little baby hands? Tonight, we might get to the bottom of that. But without much further ado, we have the one, the only Copper Johns.
How you doing?
Dude, doing awesome. I told you we got a brand new intro since you were last here.
I know. I was actually thinking, I'm like, I should put the hands on. There we go. I'll adjust the microphone.
Nice, man. All right, before we get too far into it, we got the roll call like we usually. Travis, how you doing? Bushy Beard Casey, how are you, brother? Kind of figured you might be here tonight, and it's cool. Billy Rivers, what's up? And man, Bill, I got something for you on a cut test you're gonna love. Dan, Beard of the North, how you doing? Now, Tyson, like we usually do, my brother, we're gonna give you your little elevator pitch. I know who you are. You're a great dude, but let's tell maybe those 5 or 6 people who don't know who you are. Who's Copper Johns?
So Copper Johns, the company, or myself? Sorry.
Do both.
All right. So I'm Tyson. I've been, with Copper Johns. We've been open for almost 2 years in July. We've grown quite a bit. We're a full grooming company, I would say, right now. And yeah, I just absolutely am honored to be here. It's really fun. I enjoy talking to you. So.
Oh, dude, you are one of the, like I've said it before in the green room, and I've always said it to anybody I talk to, you are one of the most awesome people ever in this community. I think when you brought your company into existence, you did it right. You went into people's lives. You introduced yourself. You were part of the community before you went, buy my product.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I've always just felt like, like my mom will come. She doesn't, hey, Tevin, how you doing, buddy? My mom will come and buy product every now and then.
Remember that, Officer Tevin.
Oh, that's right. Way cool. Yeah,
with a big stick. Just say it.
My mom will buy stuff from me, and I'm like, Mom, just tell me what you want, and I'll bring it over. I'm like, your cell will not make or break me, and so I'm just like that with everyone. I'm like, I'm just honored to be here, honored to have a company and be with you guys, and if you so happen to buy, that's awesome. If not, we're still going to be buddies.
See, and that's one of the things is someone may hear you say that and go, fake news, this, that. I'm like, this is who he is.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I love this guy so much. He hasn't changed at all.
Yeah, and mind you, I do want you to buy. I mean, this is a business, but at the same time, you know what I mean? I'd rather, we'll talk. You get it.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
Deputy Harper. There you go.
Cool. Way to go, Aaron.
Oh, way cool, Darren.
Yeah, look who's getting all grown up on us.
Oh, AA Ron.
I'm just saying. The little toddler's moving up in the world. Okay, so I know I asked you this before, but, I want to give a little bit of time to your company. We're going to get more into you and TikToks and the baby hands and some other neat stuff. What made you decide to go, hey, I'm going to open a men's grooming line?
Yeah. Well, so I've always wanted to, run a business, but I had never felt passionate. So I started a company called All Red Safety a while ago, and it just wasn't me. I knew what I was doing, but I just wasn't enjoying it. So we canceled that, and I started getting into supplements and contract manufacturing, and my wife was at home working. Speaking of the wife, hey, thank you. She brought me a drink.
See, she's awesome.
Yeah. When the pandemic hit, it cost a lot of money for our kids to be at a daycare or something like that, and so it wasn't worth Candace working. But during the COVID and all that kind of stuff, when we had to work from home, and we're just like, what can we do? And I've been making oils for quite a while for my friends and for me and all that kind of stuff. And we decided to put all our eggs in a basket and just start it.
See, that's totally awesome. Hey, Ron, we'll get there. Don't worry. We got a lot for him tonight in a short amount of time, so bear with me. And you see, and that's one of the things I liked is right in the beginning with your stuff. Let's just say there was a little misstep.
Oh, yeah.
It made you reformulate everything and turn it into something completely different. Because I remember my first purchase with you was Backwoods Coffee. By the way, still a favorite.
Yeah, just no longer there.
Just saying. And then when I picked up Angler's Code and I tried it, I'm like, this is entirely different. I remember sending you that message and your wife responded and I was like, oh, hey, dude. And I'm like, oh, no, it's, yeah, you said that. Oh, it's Dudette. Sorry. You know?
Yeah, no, we were a little high in our vitamin E and we had to adjust the vitamin E. That's pretty much the major difference that we did and lowered a little bit of the minerals, but that's about all we did. I felt like it was a really good formula. We just had to tweak it just a little bit.
Yeah, and it wasn't bad before in my beard. I mean, I can't speak for everybody, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But when you tweaked it, next level stuff.
I appreciate that.
Next level.
Yeah.
And you see, Bushy, we're going to get to you in a moment too, bro. Don't think you're getting off late tonight. Nope. So, what made you settle on the name Copper Johns? And we're going to get off of these soon because these are basic questions. And I know everyone gets this, but we got to cover it real quick.
Yeah, no, totally fine. So we're huge fishermen. We just love fishing. I mean, my dream vacation is Alaska, bucket list. I got to do all that and go fly fishing in the Italia River in the Yucatan Peninsula, and that was fun. But we were talking, my whole family, including my brothers and stuff like that, and coming up with names. And the name we came up with was Copper Johns because it's a fly that we use regularly on when we're fly fishing. And and it's one of the strongest. It's the most popular, all that kind of stuff. And so we decided to use the name Copper Johns.
See, I actually had one sitting, like, okay, reverse side, but like right over there. And I'm like, of course I moved it. Like, I love the fact that you include those in orders. Mm-hmm. And I love the fact, like, the first one I got was attached to a piece of paper with a "screw you, buddy" on it. Joke, people, joke. All right. But like the next one I got, how you were upgrading, like when you went to the hard cards and everything else that you're doing, it's still, that overall look is incredible.
Yeah, and we're Casey and I are looking for clamshell type of. If you look at the Hot Wheels, you have the clamshell case. So I'm having a hard time as we're growing. I don't want any opportunities of someone hurting themselves, even though we have warnings and disclaimers on the paper or the postcard that we send out. I'd rather just have that there so it's transparent so that they can see it without grabbing and stuff like that. So that's kind of our next thing.
I get it, because there's gonna be somebody out there who's like, ow, ow, ow,
yeah,
ow, ow. There's always that person, and for the record, that's probably gonna be my son one of these days when he opens mail. Which is also
it happens to me all the time when I'm fishing.
Yeah, which is also interesting is he's now sprouting facial hair. And he wants to grow a beard. And I'm like, but buddy, you're really blonde. So yeah. It's going to take a while for the stuff to see. Oh no, we're getting to you right now, Bushy. Right now. Okay. How did that feel when you were approached by him? And now remember, when I had him on my show, I made the joke about you hosting a Shark Tank where he had to come in and, the barrage of questions.
It was perfect timing. I had talked to a few people. Wasn't necessarily there's some amazing people out there, all that. But he came and what he had to offer, business savvy, him running a business, him being able to do the things I can't do very well or at all. Like we were talking today about accounting and taxes and things like that, where that's his forte. That's what he does with his business right now. And so he does a lot of the paperwork stuff and a lot of the filling of out and all filling the stuff out and all the stuff that I'm not good at. And it's really nice that I don't have to stress about that. I just say, hey, Casey, can you take care of this? And he'll take care of it really quick. And so it was perfect timing for me because I was actually looking, and what he had to offer was just perfect. And him and I are really good friends. We talk every day. We're dangerous. You'll see why here in the next couple of months. We come up with an idea, and the next thing I know, we're like, dude, we're really doing this. And
Sorry.
yeah. And him and I are both like, we come up with ideas and we're like, okay, that's it. What,
Yeah,
you know?
he's got that silent ninja skills, where he's all sneaky.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you're like, you're my business partner? What the hell? Okay, cool,
Wait, we're doing this now? Yep, we are.
But I can see his, this is the only phrase I can use, his handiwork in Copper Johns now. The things that you're doing, like TikToks and Reels and your lives.
Mm-hmm.
The
that Wednesday was all him. So I was doing on Copper Lodge without him, and then he came and his idea was the into the stream, and I'm like, that's actually a really good idea. So because the lodge, we interview like you're going to be on. We're just going to be talking about just the person themselves and who they are, and then for that we never talk really about beards, and so I'm like, so that he mentioned that, well, why don't we do that Wednesday before Beard Advice with Dan? Kind of do it reverse where we ask the audience questions and they answer it for us. And I'm like, dude, that's a great idea.
And it's something no other company's doing.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay. You're E-Rock. Okay, cool. Jimmy, how you doing, King
Hey,
Tingle?
how you doing, Jimmy?
Guys, if that guy right there, one of the nicest people you're ever going to meet. If Jimmy has a problem with you, you need to reevaluate your life. That's all I'm going to say, period. And yes, I am a little biased. While it's still out there, go get it. Go get it.
See, I have three of his oils and one of his butters and a deodorant from him.
Haven't tried his deodorant yet, but still, I need to try yours too.
I'm out. and some of my natural stuff, the magnesium stearate's out of stock right now, so I can't make it until I get it.
Dang COVID, dang supply issues.
Oh, you're not joking.
But yeah, so we're gonna get back to Casey. So I do like the fact that you described it kind of like a perfect business marriage, and I love how you're strong, he's weaker. It balances perfectly because it feels like you guys have been together since the beginning.
It really does. We even talked about that
from the outside looking in,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I feel the same way. And him like I was saying at the very beginning, even though it was my choice and Candace's choice to bring him on as a business partner, tell that to my kids. It still was a point of humbling where I said, "Hey, this is you now instead of me." I felt like it was a little hard, a little rough for me to give up some stuff, and he's been very patient with me, I feel, because I'm a little sarcastic. I like to have fun, and sometimes at his expense, I'm like, I'm sorry, man, I'm sorry.
But part of me is now going, I can just see Casey. Tyson, put it down. I've got this. Give it to me, Tyson. Give it. Smack in the hand,
No, he's a good guy.
So let's get on to like the TikToks and the other stuff. I know how you said you come up with them, but some of those are dang funny. Like the one you had on the treadmill.
Yeah.
Where the top, you're just, and your daughter just walks up and you see nothing down below. I'm like,
it's so stupid. That's the thing, because my kids think it's the dumbest thing ever, but I'm like, I'm not going after you. I'm going after people like me who think it's funny.
Okay,
and
but
so
this is the home of nipple fishing.
Yeah, exactly.
I just
and that was me. I actually dreamed that about one day, and I'm like, Candace, we're doing this. We're driving to Pineview right now, and we're going to film this. She's like, are you serious? And I went, yep. I went to Amazon and bought a bunch of plastic fish so that he could do it. I was like, dude, that was the dumbest video ever. And as you can see, it was like an hour and a half. It actually took us 3 hours just to film that 1 minute because we couldn't stop laughing.
Well, it's funny.
It's stupid. It was funny.
Yeah, but it's some of the Copper Johns humor that you've come to expect from you, your brand, and everything.
Yeah.
Because I love the fact, I got to figure out how to phrase this properly. I love the fact that you've held true to your values and your morals, and you're not compromising on them just to sell product.
Mm-hmm.
You are who you are.
I sure try to be. I mean, I've learned how to have to say no sometimes, and even though I'm still pretty bad at that, but yeah, I sure try it. I'm a lot more serious than I used to be, just because I have to be. When it comes to certain aspects of my life, but I feel like I try to stay humble, try to stay what I'm doing, and I feel like being a part of lives like with yours, doing lives on on our channel,
Mhm.
and being in chats and stuff like that, it really keeps me grounded on who I am and why I'm doing this. Because like you guys are my friends, like literally,
Yeah.
like Cruz and I have connected really well, and I'm excited where everyone's coming to Jackson Hole, and because
That's a
they're my
dirty word
real
on this
friends.
channel. J. Cruz is a dirty word on this
Oh.
channel. Nope, no primo. Nope.
But
I love him to death, but he kills me.
yeah, he's on right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Him and Daniel, I know.
but that's what I mean is I just they really do become your friends, and so that's one thing is as you grow just like with every other company that's in here, that as they branch outside the community, we still come here, and it kind of gives us our roots, I believe, and where our friends are. So it's not necessarily that we rely on the cells, even though we enjoy them from the community. It's more of our home, if that makes sense.
And you see, I love how you put that, because there's certain live feeds that I go into. I'm going to use, in my opinion, the best in the game in men's grooming, Dan C. Beardy.
Oh, he's amazing.
You go in there, you're at home. You're with family.
Mm-hmm.
You see certain people go live on Instagram, and with my situation, I can watch them a lot more than other people can. But it's cool just to see, because Jimmy, he drives around, gives a little update. You see other owners go live and making product, and they're like, "Hey, this is yours right here."
Yeah. That doesn't happen very often. What's up, Dagan?
Dagan, my favorite Muppet. How are you, brother?
Seeing Dagan, this is what I mean is like these guys are my friends, where I'm like, hey, Dagan, I know you have a stream deck. Can you help me? And he literally just dropped what he was doing one night and helped me for about an hour and a half. I still am trying to figure out how to auto-tune myself, because I thought it was hysterical. Literally, it happened on accident, and Dagan's like, okay, can you turn it off? And I'm like, no. Because I was having so much fun.
Yeah, but even Dagan's got his own voice of Dagan's beard now. When he does that really deep dark, it's his beard talking.
What's funny is I was looking at him Sunday when Scott and Jason were on, Mr. Bruce City and Jason Klein. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at Jason. I'm like, he looks like that angry cat. Remember the ornery cat that passed away? Yes, with his beard? I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, that's what he looks like, because his beard is like huge.
Dude, I even put a bounty on Dagan's videos. Anyone who could show me his lips moving,
He needs to do a short of him just eating a hamburger, so people know that he has a mouth.
I like how Ron said it. When Dagan eats, it's like a cat. It just looks like a cat eating. The
angry cat. That's what I was saying. It's like perfect.
It's and that just, how can I put it? It just blends beautifully when you have that family aspect and that environment that you've created in your lives and with your company.
You're going to have to repeat that. I was actually reading what Casey said. I apologize.
No, it's all good. Don't worry. It's like I said, it's perfect how you put it that way, because it's that effect that you've created in your lives. And it's also that presence that you bring when you come into lives. Because I notice, like, when you pop up, all of a sudden, everyone's like, Tyson.
Yeah, which is really cool, because we all have these, like, Ron, Chris, Christofferson, Dagan, dude. I believe I'm the one who started talking about his mustache, and it kind of caught on. It's just really fun. And E and I will text every now and then. He mocks me because I'm trying to juice, and I couldn't do it. I tried. But he's lost a lot of weight doing juicing, and I think it's amazing, but it's not for me.
Yeah, see, I'm 50. This is who I am. I'm good. I'm good.
Ever since my knee replacement, I haven't been able to work out. Well, I haven't. I've chose not to, but I'm just so busy. I just am tired all the time.
See, ever since Corona, I'm like, I'm at my winter weight already. I'm good. But then it's like when you tell your kids, hey, you need to start moving, get moving. But Daddy, you just watch TV. I know, I've earned that right. Now move.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there's Isaac, who just got home from a tennis tournament. And I'm like, I didn't even know, buddy. You got to tell me these things. So that makes me feel bad. But
6? No offense. How do you stay sane?
Um, I don't know. We just really like it's fun. Like I was saying the other night on Sunday, we had a huge game night, and we played a thing called I think it's they call it psychology, where one
Okay.
person leaves, they come back, and they have to guess what we're all who we are, all that kind of thing. And
Yeah,
then we
yeah.
played one called Acron, which is like a little squirrel you play on your phone, and while they're a tree on the VR, like the Oculus, and they try to throw branches at you and stuff. But yeah, it's fun. We just like to have
I
fun.
see. My favorite game with my kids on the weekend is don't talk to daddy till Monday morning. Just go away.
Really?
Mommy's home. Mommy's off work. Go bug her.
No, I don't get to see him as much as I want to, but I feel like because I'm working and then I come home and I'm working, and so it's hard. But they understand and they're like, Dad, are you working? And I'm like, yeah, but you can come hang out with me while I work. So sometimes they'll come do that.
Well, see, this is why I respect you so much. I've got three. They're killing me. This gray was not there until those kids were. No, I had color. I could walk upright and not be like kids.
Yeah. Hey, Ellie.
Six. Lady L. Oh. Okay, look, Casey, seriously, you're his business partner. Quit sucking up. You got the job. You're good.
I appreciate it, Casey.
All right, now let's circle back to your business for a moment because we're going to talk about two other important things after.
Uh-huh.
Let's talk about your monthly subscription boxes.
Yeah.
Who came up with that idea?
I don't know. It was me or Casey. It was one of us. Half the time I'm like, I don't just when you've been working so long with someone, you kind of take on. You're like,
Yep.
I don't know. It might have been him. It might have been me. I really don't know. But it got to the point where we both agreed upon it. Just like we have a lot of really good customers, and where they just enjoy everything we have. And they actually have reached out and said, hey, when are you coming out with a new scent? When are you coming out with a new scent? And so we felt like if we do a monthly scent, I can do certain scents that I really want to do, like fresh cut grass and lime. That normally wouldn't be in my line, you know what I mean? But it's something that we can do and have fun with.
Yeah.
And so we decided to give the opportunity to do a monthly subscription, but then they can also purchase it without a subscription as well. But they do get a discount if they do the subscription. But that way they can try different scents. So we go like January is going to be gray, then February was regular. This month is gray. Next month is regular, so on and so forth. So just so that everyone can have the option to pick something up if they want, if it's, it sounds good to them.
Now, I know it's still early, okay, but I know other companies who have done subscription boxes for monthly scents.
Uh-huh.
Or just even monthly scents. We'll just leave it like that. Some owners have talked about how it puts a lot of pressure on them every single month to outdo themselves. Are you feeling any of that pressure right now? Or are you just like, dude, I'm in the groove. We've got stuff planned out this many months in advance.
Oh, I have about 4 months already planned for the next 4 months, but I don't know if I ever feel pressure to outdo myself. More pressure to give something that people like. Like your Bourbon Bayou, people absolutely just love. I mean, I've gotten amazing reviews for Bourbon Bayou. It's not my cup of tea. So I asked Walt. Walt helped. It was actually Walt's idea. Walt helped me, and a few other people helped me. And I'm just like, I need to know if this smells good because I don't like it. And Aaron loves it.
You're putting your company's hands in a toddler.
I am.
Really?
So Aaron came up with me, and this is what's cool. This is what's cool about the monthly scents. So Mark reached out to me today. Mark Brown. He's like, Tyson, have you ever thought about doing this for a second? I'm like, dude, let's do it. So what?
No, go ahead. I got to slam Aaron for a moment. So go ahead.
Oh, okay. And Aaron he messaged me and said, hey, Tyson, never thought about doing this. I'm like, dude, that sounds amazing. And I put it together. I ordered a few of the fragrances that I didn't have, and I put it together. And I'm like, dude, I wouldn't have thought of this. And you know what I mean? And so that's going to come out this year. I think around August, I believe is what Aaron and I discussed. And it's not necessarily a collab because it's a monthly thing, but dude, what he offered and what he suggested was legit. And so I'm all about that. And the monthly scent allows me to do that too, to work with people that
And that's really, really cool. I mean,
Yeah.
it really is. So tell me, is Aaron's like a teething biscuit, formula, and baby wipes?
Aaron's a good guy. I like Aaron.
Rand Kirk.
Hey,
He's one of
Billy.
my favorite people.
Oh, I've got to meet him twice, and we've done lunch together and stuff. He's a really, really,
Zeb.
really good person.
Just remember, Zeb, old age and treachery will out defeat you youth all the time. That's all I'm saying.
He'll be our age one day. Just enjoy it.
Damn, Shaky. Damn. Yeah, and I was going to say, and that's a great point from another owner who's in here. That has got to be so hard, like when you get something and you make it and you're like, God, is that like cat puke?
Yeah.
But yet you've got somebody out there going, this is the greatest thing ever. Oh my God, I'm going to buy all of these.
Well, you think of Bluegrass Trails with Ken. It took me 12, 13 attempts, I believe. It's me sending him stuff because, hey, Steven, how you doing, buddy? Because I'm not a fan of leather. And that just is what it is.
Yeah,
and
it makes me giggle. What, 12 leathers just to keep the leatherhead happy?
Yeah, but I wanted him happy. So my goal is when I work with people like this, I want it to be their favorite.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is even though it might not necessarily be my favorite, it's a lot of people's favorite. And it's my number. It's like over a year old and it's still number 4.
It's a good scent.
Yeah.
It really, truly is.
And so people love it. And then, that's how I feel with a few of mine. Like my wife made Lake Town. She loves Lake Town.
That's another good one. And yes, Ken, if you're watching to this point, mark it down. The 25-minute mark, I gave you a compliment. It's on video. It's there forever. I know it's going to be your ringtone somewhere, but still.
No, Ken's a good dude. I really enjoy working with Ken. Ken does all my labels, like 100%.
What are you doing, Stinkweed?
Hi.
Because today, so I need to switch out my shirt and pants.
Okay, get it done. I love my kids. I'm getting yelled at by her because it's comical. Monday in Washington State, well, the past couple of days, was the first day ever she got to go to school without a mask on.
Oh, wow. Way
and
cool.
They sent her home 25 minutes into the school day because she had the sniffles.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because she got up this morning a little bit stuffy, can't send her back to school. They're going to send her right back home.
Weird. Yeah. That's how everyone is still, And what's funny is what are they going to do when it's allergy season?
Right?
I'm just like, dude, people sneeze.
Are we going to go back to remote learning because you have hay fever,
Dude, I know my son had runny nose and they made us go get COVID tested and get a negative test before he could come back. So
yeah,
we had to do that.
For anybody who's had the Rona, I'm not making fun of you.
Oh, no, I almost died from
it. I'm not making fun of you, but there's certain things. Yeah. I drink alcohol on the weekends, and my Monday morning would make me have to have a Corona test just from drinking alcohol, just the signs and symptoms. But still. Okay. Now we're going to move on to something that we covered once before with you on the show. I love to talk about mental health.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's really important because men have been taught for so long, don't talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to repress everything. Oh, wow. Mr. Mayor, how are you, sir?
Oh, hey, I was about to call his name. Hey, Mayor. I don't know if I'm supposed. I don't know. He doesn't announce it, so I just call him Mayor. What's up? Dude, I'm so excited for him. I'm excited for him to officially meet him and Dan and all those guys, Jason, everyone who's coming up to Jackson Hole. It's going to be fun. What's up, Josh?
Yeah, see, now that's a good thing. We're going to touch on that one too, because I think that's an awesome idea for a company doing that. Not just the Beard meetup in Florida.
Uh-huh.
It's something entirely different, whitewater rafting. And I want to see Cruz in a raft. That's all I'm saying.
Dude, I know Cruz has one. I think Dan or Steve Mayor. Mayor, I think he said he might have a GoPro, but I know for a fact we're going to do a GoPro. We're going to hit Yellowstone up. It's going to be the 4th of July weekend, so I don't know how crazy it's going to be. I assume it's going to be crazy, but we already have locked in the water, the whitewater rafting. It's already paid for. It's already been done. The time set. So that should be fun, but that's going to be 5 hours, and it's going to be an hour and a half, basically, of just Oh, no GoPro. Then it was just cruise. I'm gonna have to buy one maybe, but where it's just an hour and a half of scenic, where we're just kind of coasting
Mhm.
and just kind of taking pictures and enjoying it. We'll go off the river. They have a special private place where they cook us like a Dutch oven cooking and stuff like that.
Right, right.
And then we go there for 3.5 hours of heavy, hard whitewater rafting. It's going to be fun.
Some of
Okay.
me will die.
Yeah.
You know?
Someone will fly, and that's what we got. I mean, someone will fly.
I got $5 on cruise.
Because there's a couple the lunch counter. The lunch counter is usually where everyone's at, like all the tourists, just to see people fly. Usually there's one or two people that just like, because it launches you like a roller coaster. You go like you're going really fast, and then poof, it just kicks you up, and people will just go flying. It's really fun.
Well, yeah, I can't wait to see the video and the vlogs and everything else. I'm excited for that for you guys, you know?
Yeah, it's fun. I grew up right next to it, so we've been there quite a bit.
Yes, you better, Bushy. That's all I'm saying. Can't wait to die. But like I say, flipping over that mental health, that guys are taught, don't talk about it. And I've watched you in streams and you during the whole lockdown phrase help people. And I think that's amazing where you've given them their platforms that they can come and they can talk on, like the Copper Lodge, where they're just open and they're out there and they're free to discuss everything. I think that's amazing that you also have opened up that spot, because I devote half of my show just for mental health.
Yeah. My goal is, right from the very beginning, I spoke to a few people and I wanted to come up with an idea where it gave people an opportunity for us to get to know them. Because I just feel like I had the mayor on, I've had Casey on, I've had Dagan on, I've had lots of these people here that are here right now. Zeb was just on. We're going to get Aaron. I've been asking Billy, and when Billy has time, he'll do it for me.
Yeah, Billy's a good guy. He's a great interview.
Yeah. But I just know that my goal is pretty much get everyone, and then like I'm going to have Vinny on again for the second time this Sunday, and just because it's just, and it doesn't matter who you are, I'm going to have you on. It's not for clicks, so to speak. It's just for me and anyone who's interested to get to know that person, and so I think it's really fun. Like some of the questions, I'm like, hey guys, it's like when I had Emo on. Holy crap.
I remember that.
If you haven't watched Emo, I had no idea. Like I had this long list of questions, and all of a sudden he just went off on. I'm like, you were homeless? Wait,
right?
Yeah, and I'm like, wait, you lived with a king that had 188 wives? You know what? He says all this stuff. I'm like, wait, your dad is if he goes back to his home land, he's going to be murdered. I'm like, wait, what? All this kind of stuff. And I'm like, so there's just a lot of things that I just for everyone to get to understand and who they are, and it gets us all closer as we share. We create that relationship, and so that was my goal, and to create the relationships with the people in the community. Like I said at the very beginning, they're more, this is kind of your home, and as you branch out of the community and try to get sales that way,
right.
You always want to come back and just be with your family.
And you see, I can easily say this, watching what you've done since the beginning, you're not the, well, either you love Copper Johns or screw you kind of person. It's, you don't like me, hey, that's okay, I still love you, you're awesome.
Yeah,
you haven't run around and been like, well, this person said something bad about Jay Cruz, so okay, I can't talk to you. Ken, the content coach, has a problem with this person. So no, you've been you. You know?
Yeah, I just, I don't know. I this is me. If you come to Jackson Hole, this is me. Like, this is who you get. I'm stupid. Stupid as mean I'm quirky. I like to have fun. Cruz likes to make fun of me. It's like, he said hi to everyone. He's going to get killed, because we're in the hood, literally.
Right.
And I'm just like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? But I've always been big, and so I've never been intimidated by anyone. And so it's just me, just like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? And I'll just start conversations. And like, we went to when we were in New Orleans, and we went to the New Orleans Saints game, when they were playing the Giants. A guy next to me, I had a conversation for like 10 minutes, and Cruz was just like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Dude, it's totally fine." He was this huge guy, and he's telling me where he got his flask. You know, if you get a plastic flask from this place, you fill it up. It's not going to get rung up and hit the metal detectors as you're walking in. I'm like, "Oh,
Nice.
wow."
Nice.
He's telling me all the ins and outs of how to get in. It was funny.
But see, I think that's an incredible talent that you have, that you can make people feel that at ease, you know, and it's something I think the world needs more of, because over the last couple of years, we've all been like 6 feet back, get away from me, just go, you know, and people have been needlessly suffering inside of their places of residence because they're not sure how to open up anymore. I mean, it's really weird when you go out now, and in Washington State, the mask mandate has been lifted for a while for certain parts. Robert Ross.
Hey, Corey. How you doing, buddy? See, there's another great guy. Love Corey.
Thank you. He's so awesome. And if he doesn't do that Bob Ross scent, we're going to have words, sir. That's all I'm saying.
Going to be paint and sweat? Like what?
I'm just saying, like, happy little beard oil. You can have some trees on the bottle or something, you know?
And that is Corey. Just a happy he's a go-getter and just happy.
Yeah, I love watching his lives. And that's another person. If he has a problem with you, examine your life. He loves everybody, you know?
He does. And but the thing is he's kind of, he reminds, not him and I have a same trait where it comes to, like, we're learning how to say no. We're learning how to grow our business the best way we can, but you can still be kind and nice to people. You can still be real and true to who you are. And that's who Corey is. He's just a down-to-earth, nice guy.
And very quietly, he has created himself a little empire, kind of like you're doing.
Yeah, you know? Corey's a lot bigger than I am.
Corey's a lot bigger than a lot of people realize at this point, you know?
Corey's really big, but he does rightfully so. He's been doing it for 6 years, right? On his 7th? I believe so.
He'll correct us.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean he's past that mark, and now he's just on to bigger and better things in Tennessee, and I think best for him. He's amazing.
See, he's moving into that little interesting little area. He's going after Fable. I know what he's doing.
Dude, he and I, what's funny is I always say, you know, we all have our different niches within the niche. Like, you know, I'm more outdoorsy. Yes. Him and I are outdoorsy. I'm like, you're going down, man, as a joke. But yeah, him and I kind of have the same customer base, and I think that's cool. Him and I used to talk a lot more, but we've both gotten a lot busier. So,
gee, I wonder why you both have the same customer base. You guys are awesome. Have you ever realized how good people attract nice things? You know, your vibe attracts your tribe, you know?
Hey, see, he says he's 1/10 the size of Fable by the end of this year. That's pretty big.
He's sneaking in his backyard. That's what he's doing.
Still
he's
big.
Starting up a grassroots campaign over there. See, I got you, Bob Ross. I got you. Travis.
Dagan, what he said. I'm like, yeah, that's just be yourself and talk. People don't care.
And you see, and that's the funny part is, like I was saying, so many people are suffering needlessly because you just don't want to open up anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You're so worried if I send you a direct message, as an example, Tyson, going, dude, I'm having a crap day. You got a moment? I know you. You're going to go, I will call you in 5.
Yeah.
You know, and at that 5-minute mark, my iPad's lighting up with a video call, you know? Of course, this time I hope it's not you in the bathroom in a towel. That was still scary. Right?
I answered it, though.
That was still scary.
I tried.
I agree 100%. People have kind of forgotten how to socialize because everybody is so afraid if you go outside without, I don't know, 5, 10, 15, 20 masks and the full hazmat bodysuit, you're dead. You know, you're just done.
Yeah, and you know, I got it. It destroyed me. I almost passed, but luckily, I didn't. And but you know, my job that I have where I teach, you know, I'm up on base, and I had to be up there the whole time, even though I have a class and no one shows up. Right. They can't show up. You were still critical, and you had to show up. But luckily, I was there where a place where I could still socialize quite a bit, and then we do these all the time, and got to still communicate that way. So yeah, but it's just my whole family. That's how we grew up. It's just just be nice.
And you see, I think it's cool, and I think my biggest problem or success story, however you want to put it, most of my formative years were spent around the military. Where if you don't communicate, there's problems.
Yeah.
You've got to, what's going on, troop? All right, Sarge, this is what I got.
Mm-hmm.
Very
candid. Very candid.
Yeah, and I know you're on the Air Force, but the Army sprinkles F-bombs like they're spices and,
They do here too. Yeah,
that's the hardest part. When you get out, you've got to turn that filter on, Yeah,
because there's definitely no filter up there.
No. But it's also the best, worst job you will ever have in your life, being part of the United States military.
Mm-hmm. There's some amazing people. I spoke to a colonel Friday, and we were just talking, and man, what a head! He was legitimately a good person, and just told me everything about his outfit and what was going on, and I'm like, dang, man, just talking a little bit about Ukraine and what he foresees, and I'm not sharing anything, but just what they have to.
I'll mute you quick.
Yeah, what the things that they have to go through, and the what they deprive themselves of half the time with what's going on in the world and stuff. It's just, I salute them. They're amazing people, and when they come back, like I have a coworker, two of them in my office, and one. I don't know. It's my place to say what he went through, but needless to say, he was in charge of a lot of death and making sure they were taken care of, and things that happened, and he's messed up, and just things that people go through is just too bad.
We see. I'm also happy that an owner a while ago, when I had him on this platform, opened up discussions like this, because he just said, "I'm not having a good day." And he opened up the door for this. I had somebody on, Doc P 91B. Basically, it's his title in the military plus his, the military has alphanumeric codes for everything. So the 91B is a field medic. So I had him on, and he's talking about basically how he had to do a full stop on his career because he was done. He just hit this point one day, and he goes, "I'm screwed up. I need help."
Yeah, you have to be. Yeah, it's there comes a point where it's like, "Hey, I'm done," and there's some medical leaves. I had a neighbor, he's since moved away, but he was a Navy SEAL, and the only thing his wife says, "Don't leave your kids alone." It's not that he's a bad person, just don't leave him alone. And then there'll be times where he's talking to you, and then he's not. Then he just goes away. Like he'll be there, right there physically, but mentally he's gone. And it happened a few times, just because of the things I go through.
My brother-in-law, he saw some stuff, and he's okay, but it's still like when you're walking behind him, I'm like passing through. I mean, I hugged him for the first time in almost a decade the other day. I'm like, I know you don't like contact, but screw you, I'm drunk. I'm not going to feel this till tomorrow. Hug,
Yeah. So Aaron, usually it's, I would say, regular Coke. That's kind of however, I've noticed my cousin owns a company called Centennial Security. If you go to the University of Utah football games, they're the security wearing the orange shirts. Whenever Utah and BYU are playing together, I'm always the guy who is leading the pack. So I'm going to be the security for the telecaster, the reporter on the sideline, where the Pac-12 have their cameras. So I'm always there watching the game, and I'm just right there making sure no one stands in front of the camera. It's fun.
I can just see that. You move.
I actually had to, literally at the end of a game. So I remember one year where BYU kicked 3 field goals, and twice they had to redo them because the fans kept jumping in and on the field before they missed. And I literally had to throw people just to get to Kyle Whittingham, who's the head coach there. And I'm like, buddy, you got to move. You got to move. You got to move. Because
Tyson,
they had a rush.
Pause. Those little
fun.
baby hands.
Yeah.
Travis, bro, you doing okay? I saw that. I'm doing wonderful, brother.
Really good. Thanks, man. Yeah, I just put a new TikTok tonight. I think it's funny.
See, you can tell you're a content creator because I swear to God, we all do that. We
Uh-huh.
do a video and we're like, it's the best thing ever. Then in like an hour, you have 3 views. You're like, what the F? You know?
And I'll watch it like 20 times because I'll be laughing. I'm thinking that's hysterical.
Nick H.
Hey. Love Nick.
Bobby.
Hey, did you get your freebie? Just making sure, Casey.
Bobby's a good dude.
He is. I like Bobby.
Yeah, I've had him on twice, just talking about life in a prison, and wow.
I need to watch that.
Just wow. I had him and Shaky on, and yeah.
Yeah, he was telling me. So how tall is Jay Cruz? Jay Cruz is 6. I'm 6'3", and I was he's like 6'1", 6 foot, 6'1". How tall are you? How tall are you?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, come on.
I'm actually curious. I think Dan's about my height, or 6'4". Emo. When I met Emo the first time, so tall. He made me look like a baby. Yeah. And tell you who's fit. Tell you who's like crazy fit. That's deceivingly fit because you wouldn't know it. Is Dagan. Like when I was in, so I had a 4-hour layover and we went to Texas Roadhouse and I met Diablo Bearded David. I met Ferocious Beard Nate, Jesus from Aztec Beer Co. and Dagan. 5'11". Oh yeah,
but super handsome.
He's not that short, but he's fit. I was actually shocked.
And Bobby got it.
Oh, good. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for being patient with me.
Now, another thing I love to throw out. I know you have 6 kids. This is going to be a very interesting answer. Okay. I tell my kids this all the time. If you're not the hardest working person in the class, work harder.
Mm-hmm.
How do you impart something like that to your kids, and how do you pick them up when they're failing? Because I think that's also part of mental health, to be supportive when there's problems.
First, I believe you can talk all the crap you want to your kids. Do this, do this, do this. You got to be a good person. Make sure that, but unless you actually do it, it means nothing. So at hard work, I'm always working. Like it's very rarely that I'm not working,
Right.
which is sad, but at the same time, they help me. And we still get to spend time, and I make sure I spend time with them. But like one of my children were struggling big time this past couple of weeks, and I knew what it was from, and I'm just like, hey, I love you to death. It's my job as a parent to make sure that you're happy and you grow up to be a good person, right? And he said, yeah. And I'm like, okay, so I'm taking your phone, I'm taking the Oculus.
Sorry, give me the electronics.
Yeah, and I'm like, you need a detox, buddy. You need to go out. You need to go be with your friends. You need to not be on. If you go hang out with anyone, you don't go in their house and play video games. You go do something. Hey, how you doing, Cruz? Awesome show tonight, buddy.
Yeah, we said his name enough. I knew he'd show up sooner or later.
Oh, I love Cruz.
I love Primo too. I just got to give him crap.
I know, but everyone in here, Ellie's amazing. I'm a whopping 5'5" taller than Zeb.
So I think sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, but I just think I think if you discipline out of love instead of out of anger, I think if you show examples rather than telling them, that's the way to go. I've always made them do sports. Like, doesn't matter. They always have to stay active that way.
Right.
I think that's important. But really, it's lead by example, because kids, especially as you get older, they can see what you're doing. And they're like, Dad says to show me to do this, and that's why I always talk about, forgiveness and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, you got to practice what you preach. And I'm like, holding a grudge is a lot more toxic than not. And so just forgive them and move on.
See, that is just perfect. Okay. And I'm going to take that and run with it for a second.
Okay.
Holding on to that anger only kills you.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it does. Because, just for an example, Cruz, I'm gonna throw you crap, bro. Don't read into it. All right. Jay Cruz using a knife. I saw him on his live the other night. It was giving me fits. I'm like, he's gonna stab himself. He's gonna need stitches. Oh my god, this is gonna.
When was this? How did I miss this?
It was on the CMU where Ken and Mel sent him a DJ Khaled Pop Funko.
Oh, I must have missed that one.
And watching Cruz with that blade, I'm like, now, did I attack Cruz? No. I gave him a little bit of crap, had him back out, so I'm not yelling at him in the chat going, put the blade down, you know.
Uh-huh. But yeah.
But it's funny how some people.
I got this from you.
That one?
Yeah, this was from. No.
No, you got the Timo.
Yeah, I got that one, and then I upgraded to this one. I went to Rocky Mountain Gun Show and got this one for $10.
Nice.
But
yeah, it's like so funny how people want to hold on to that anger. And the moment you said that, I'm like, I'm not going to mention the person's name. There was a bad review. You guys talked. You guys are perfect. Because it's who you are, and that's how we should be. I had to admit to Jay Cruz, in the beginning, I didn't like you. I thought you were a used car salesman. He counters now, Goya, until they pulled his, affiliate. And then he's like, nah, I'm just, Boostello now.
And see, I was totally opposite with Cruz. I'm like, who is this guy? And I'm dead serious. And right from the get-go, I just I'm like, he's gonna be huge. Like really, when he was doing the Instagram stuff, I'm like, dude, this guy's going somewhere. I even actually asked him to, hey, you wanted to be an affiliate? Want to be affiliate? And he's like, no, I'm not ready. But yeah. And now he's running my TikTok, man. He's killing it.
Right. And it's important to let that anger go and just admit, hey, I made a mistake. Hey, here was a problem. Hey, how can I do this better?
Yeah. I see that, though. I see that.
Okay. There. Okay. It just, it's amazing how you said that. And yes, working with your kids is great because the way I was raised, I don't want my kids being raised ever. I was raised 70s old school, beat the child a lot to get discipline into them.
So my dad always was, how he raised me was, hey, Tyson, your responsibility is mow the lawn. While you're mowing, I'm going to trim. We're going to work together. Edge and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, so that's kind of what we do with my whole entire family. If someone's mowing the lawn, all of us are either weeding, edging, doing something else. We have multiple lawnmowers, so not one person's just mowing. It's just so we're all doing something together rather than just it's one person's job.
See, and that's something that I try to impart into my children massively. We're a family. We live together. We succeed together. We fail together. We come together when there's a problem. It's okay that you don't like you at this point because this person's beating you in a video game. But when I hear yelling and screaming, it's time to back it up a little bit,
Yeah. And then when they're fighting, you're like, hey, what's up, buddy? Why are you guys yelling at each other? And they're like, well, he's doing this. I'm like, hey. And I'll say this as a joke. I'm like, did you deserve it? And they're like, no. And like, and then why would he do that? And I look at him like, well, so why'd you do that? And they'll tell me. I'm like, hey, you guys are done.
Truth, Bobby. Truth.
Wasn't even scared of my dad.
Truth.
Oh, yes. My mom once broke a wooden spoon on my butt.
Where is it? Okay, Cruz has the. Yeah, I want to see Cruz in that moose. That's all I'm saying.
Dude, I know. I think it's hilarious. Bloomberg's just had to post a story about a monster elk. Moose, if you didn't see that.
I got to share one I saw earlier of a bear ripping a car door off because it got kind of stuck and pulled back.
Oh,
when the guy who was in the car hit the horn, the bear was like, "I'm out." It took the door with him.
There was just an article from where I'm at about where the Teton National Park, which is where we're staying at Jackson Hole. They just got the first grizzlies are waking up and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, see, you can't take this guy on, Cruz.
He just got up from a long nap and he hungry.
Yeah, way hungry.
And the other thing that I do with my kids, and I'm sure you do this as well, like after the discipline has happened, normally it's go sit in your room for a while, give up electronics for a bit. Now we talk about, okay, why did we get to this point? What do you think you could have done better? You know, it's
Yeah.
I want them to learn and have the understanding of the process that actions have consequences. Consequences can lead to bad things, or they could lead to good things if you're doing good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we do that. But what I like to do also is go one on one with them on a weekly basis and just simply talk to them and say, "Okay, what's going on?" We'll check everything, but it's a time where they can just tell us anything without, and all that kind of stuff. And there's some times where they open up and I had no idea. You've hit that really well. So let's figure out how to get through this. And sometimes there's nothing you can do. Like, with my daughter and having such a hard time at it for the last 2 years. There's one girl that just walked up to her, handed her a note, said, "F you, I wish you were dead." And
I remember you telling me about that.
and I'm just like, okay, I can see why you'd be honoring these past 2 days. You wouldn't tell us, but as soon as we sat down one on one and talked and everything, and so I think those little moments of one on one, because I have so many kids, you can't do that all the time, and so making sure that you give them that moment every week so that they can talk to you. And then when that happened, you're just like, what? Your just heart sinks, and okay, I love you. What can we do? And that type of thing.
See, and it's funny. Up here in Washington State, they don't do Valentine's Day anymore in my kid's school district. It's Friendship Day.
Uh-huh.
So they made everybody write on like a little 3x5 index card something nice about like every student in the classroom. So my son brings home a card and he shows it to me, and I had to start laughing. I'm like, do they know who your dad is? Because it says, I love the fact that no matter what anybody says to you, it does not affect you.
Uh-huh.
Because me and my son have a neat little relationship where we'll roast each other, but it's not disrespectful.
Sounds like me and Isaac.
Yeah, we were playing. I was playing an Assassin's Creed game, and I wasn't paying attention. I got ran over by a train.
Mm-hmm.
And what's my son do? Hurts, doesn't it? Huh, Dad? Yeah. Oh, look at that. Got run over by a train. I'm like, go to your room. And he's like, at least I didn't get run over by a train walking up the stairs. I'm like, how can I be mad at him when I'm proud of him for that sarcasm,
Yeah, and so the thing with Lydia is we just simply decided that, hey, you want to go to a concert. If you want to work for it, then I'll buy the tickets for you, your friend, and I'm coming. So there, I have to do it. And then what we decided is like, hey, you have to come and work with me for 43 TikToks or 45. Now we have 2. And so she has 43 TikToks before the concert. So she has to work with me and I have to go with her. So it helps us create that relationship too. So
I think that's awesome because like I will always give you crap. No offense, 6.
Uh-huh.
You're either insane or you're like, I just need another one. Why not? Next time, yay. Because I've got 3 and I'm losing my mind with them, but I know how important that bonding time is.
Mm-hmm.
It's the change that happened with my boy. When I first met him, he hit my better half in the stomach and he laughed at her as she doubled over. I'm like, not the way I was raised. I kill you now.
Mm-hmm.
His family didn't want him around. He was wild. He's out of control. Now he's in advanced learning. Smart kid. Too smart for his own good, but still,
Good for you and good for him. That's what I mean is we always can become better than that we are, and we're always progressing. I can get better. I mean, it's just how it works.
And see, and that's what I've been building to for a little bit all night. When you first started, look where you were. You made some changes. Now look at you,
Yeah. Still trying to be better.
No. He's been with me since I think around the 100 subscriber mark. He is like one of my oldest people on my channel.
That's awesome. When did you start?
Almost 7 years ago now.
Oh wow!
And January will be 7 years. What's that?
How many subscribers do you have?
Knocking on the door, 6K.
And when did you start doing knives?
Almost since the beginning.
Oh really?
My problem, and I can freely admit this, nobody should do what I do. All right. My first review ever was a book review from Creek Stewart right when the book dropped. And it went to like 600 views overnight. And I didn't do another review for 6 months.
Oh.
So anything I was gaining, gone.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to build everything up and start figuring out who I wanted to be, which is so important because if you look at my first video, it's going to be shown in The Hague as a war crime. It really is. It's that bad.
I get that.
It's horrible. The military background and the military briefing thing you're trying to bring into a video that you're shooting on an iPad on your bed, trying to talk and keep the camera steady, and it's horrible. But I leave it there, so whenever I feel I'm getting a little too big for my britches, I go watch it and go, all right, reality check.
Yeah. I think it's funny. I did my first interview with Flying Beardsman.
I remember him.
I was nervous beyond compare. And I remember just like how bad it looks at and everything like that, and how far I've come just with that stuff. But holy crap.
That's true.
Hey, congrats, man.
My 1000th video was a live feed with Shaky.
Really?
Yep.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love Shaky. He's a good dick.
Well, how can you not like him? He's a good dude.
I know.
But don't ever FaceTime him on a weekend. Don't.
Why is he in a towel also?
It's a silverback gorilla walking around. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, really?
There's gray hair everywhere. Ew.
Actually, Dagan just said his first review was mine, and I do remember that. I want to go back and see how far he's come because he's come a long way too.
Oh, yeah. All right, we've come up on the hour mark, and I got to do some dad duty. I know you understand that.
Of course.
So I usually like to do this at the end. I throw a challenge out. I don't know if I did it the last time you were on, but it's kind of important. With everything going on and the world being topsy-turvy and we don't know tomorrow whether, I don't know, Coca-Cola is going to come out with something that's going to blow up when you open the can.
Right.
Call 3 people. That's the challenge I put out. Call 3 people. Not people you usually talk to on the regular. Call people you don't talk to that often. Start the conversation just, how are you doing? And have the courage to listen. Because you never know who's going through something, and you can just change their whole entire day right there.
Totally agree. Love it.
Can't call 3, call 2. Can't call 2, call 1. But call somebody and just go, hey, how you doing?
Mm-hmm. That's great advice. A great challenge.
I'm going to send you something, Shaky. Yeah. That FaceTime instantly sobered me up. Just
Oh, how is that going? You make your own mead, don't you? Still?
Oh yeah.
Have you mastered that yet?
I spent most of last weekend at a local meadery learning how to blend fruit a lot better.
Okay.
And I've got some oak barrels downstairs that I'm going to be dropping some stuff in for a year to see how that turns out.
Wow.
And because of Johnny Grooms, he gets full blame for this. You know that Mrs. Butterworth's syrup that tastes like Fruity Pebbles?
No, but I do remember. I've seen it on Johnny's thing. I saw that, but I have never seen it like anywhere grocery store. I haven't seen it.
Yep, he scored me a bottle and sent it out here. And there's a mead you can make with maple syrup. So I'm making Fruity Pebble mead.
Oh wow, that's going to be different.
Oh yeah, it smells incredible. Oh my.
Really? You have to do it live and just show everyone.
Oh yeah, I'm getting ready to start doing videos on how to make it and all the steps you got to go through.
I bet you that'll be big. I bet you there's a lot of people who are interested in that.
We'll see. I mean, like I made a joke with Ken when he goes, well, what do you want your content to be? I'm like, how about what don't I want it to be? Because I put out a lot of stuff.
Do you, is it pretty expensive to buy the equipment?
No. There's a kit you can get on Amazon for $50 that has basically everything you need.
Nice.
The only expensive part, and hey, Rob, I see you out there. Travis Tyler is the world's oldest fermented beverage. It's basically honey wine. All it is yeast, honey, and water. That's it. But of course, you can add stuff to it. And Shaky, I know I finally got everything I need for mailers. I'm going to start getting those out here pretty soon.
Oh, are you sending stuff out to people?
Yeah, for taste testing.
Nice.
There's some people I went, if you like this, I'm going to let you name it. Just because they went, hey, let's try this, let's try that. And then I have to admit, Vinnie P's honey is amazing. Oh, it's amazing. It's like right from the bee's butt, right into your, oh, it's so good.
Wow.
Oh, it's so good.
There's some, when you get fresh honey, it's really good.
especially like when you were buying the Walmart brand for so long, and then you get like right from
So when I was living in Idaho, there was a family. He was a teacher, and he started doing beehive. He started owning a lot of beehives and doing his own honey and stuff. And they got huge in Idaho. And I don't know if they're big there, but they're big here now. It's called Cox Honey, COX.
Actually, know who they are. Yeah,
And they came out of Idaho. They were our neighbors, and they're huge.
yeah, that's the
multi-millionaires now.
That's seriously is the most expensive part is the honey and where you get it and how you get it and everything else.
And the bees, there's different bees that taste different, like their honey and all that kind of stuff. So it matters.
It's where they harvest the pollen and everything from.
Yeah.
And yeah, when you get some of that and you can add it into different things and different I mean, I know there's some people out there who will understand this. I made one with apple juice that had a 16% ABV. It's like drinking a glass of apple juice that kicks you in the balls.
Oh.
It's the nicest way I can put it.
Okay. Does your wife drink it?
Nope. But I did make her one that she's going to try when it hits the 1 year age mark.
Okay.
It's a dark cherry one that was very active in the fermentation. I learned what a blow off tube is really quick.
Oh, okay.
Normally you'd put an airlock in there that's got liquid that lets the CO2 get out without letting anything come back in.
Uh-huh.
Because basically when everything ferments, it's forcing the oxygen and everything out.
That makes sense.
But when it's really active, it will go right up through the airlock and just might give you a volcano.
Oh, okay.
So when you get a blow-off tube, you just put, basically it's a long rubber tube. You can get it right in the slot and put it into some water so everything is sealed still, and everything will run right through that.
Nice.
And it doesn't make a mess.
Yeah, you've been doing that for a while now, it seems like.
Yeah, about a year.
Wow, it's been that long?
How do you think I feel? I'm like...
Time flies, man. Time flies.
Right?
Yeah.
But like I said, I got to go be a dad because they got to go to bed soon. They got school tomorrow. I do this with everybody. Is there anything you might want to let people know about that you guys have going on that may be dropping soon or anything like that?
No, just check your emails tomorrow. There's going to be something special. And yeah, Talisker is only 50 more days and then it's gone. And then we have a new one coming up. So guys want to smell like fresh cut grass and lime? It smells amazing to me. Definitely come check it out.
I've heard good stuff about it. I've heard really, really good stuff.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun scent. It's refreshing.
Sweet. Don't go anywhere after I set everything going. We got to do the usual wrap up in the green room. But tomorrow, guys, I've got a video dropping on a CBD product that I've used a while ago, but I never reviewed it for some reason. So that's tomorrow's review.
I'm actually wearing a CBD oil today. Not mine. So, Beard Octane.
Nice. I have yet to try their CBD stuff. That's on my list to get.
Yeah, my beard's soft, so I like it.
Nice.
Yeah.
But on that note, guys, you know the deal. Thank you all for stopping in tonight. I'm going to hit that little outro. I'm going to see you guys on our very, very next video.
See you guys.
Guys, thank you so much for watching what just happened on the show. I'm kind of pre-recording this one, so I'm not exactly sure what happened tonight, but I'm sure it was really fun, or it was a massive train wreck. I'm grateful for the time that you gave me tonight, and I hope you took something away from this. I hope we had an amazing guest that taught you something or made you laugh, or I don't know, I hope I didn't really step on myself too badly. And you guys are going to come back next week at the same bat time, same bat channel for the No Lag Zone. Guys, seriously.